Hi, welcome to Comics Corner. I'm your host Devin, and this is the show where we review comic books. Totally not in a corner of my house. But anyways, I wanted to start off the first episode with the man without fear, Daredevil himself. More, more in particular, the Mayor Fisk storyline, Part 1, issue 595, and this is the storyline where Will Fisk, aka the Kingpin, becomes mayor of New York. And Matt Murdock, Daredevil, he's not a very big fan of it. And so we're going to dive on certain panels of the story. Okay, so in this first panel, and one thing I've always enjoyed about this issue in particular is you get to see the origins of the Kingpin. He started from growing up. He was a boy in New York. He grew up in the streets. And, he's seen some things. And, he's seen some things. He's had a rough childhood. We've seen that in other stories. We're just seeing more glimpse of it. I will say this, the TV show on Netflix, well now Disney Plus, by the time this video comes out, they show it pretty good. They show that pretty good as well. He's just never really had an easy life. And of course here, he's getting interviewed by a lady. And he's actually lost his sight, which is pretty interesting. He lost his sight, but he gained everything in the city. He may have lost his sight, but he won in the end. And I've always found that interesting. Kingpin, to me, he's always had the upper hand in anything. I really don't know how he does it. And anything, it's just like even in all media, I don't know how a man like that got in control, but he sure did. And then we cut to where Mayor Fisk won the election. He officially became mayor, and the city's cheering. They view Fisk as a hero. Meanwhile, we see Matt Murdock, aka Daredevil, with Froggy, and Matt's like, how could a man like this win in the city? He doesn't deserve to be mayor. Did people forget all the bad things he did? Froggy, he's like, well, Matt, it is what it is. People forgot you were Daredevil. People knew you were Daredevil, then they forgot. And so this is one of those things he's basically saying, but Matt Murdock's like, nah, man, I'm not having any of it. He's corrupted, and this needs to change. This needs to change, and he kind of goes off his business, and Froggy's just like, hey, just admit defeat, Matt. Matt's like, I'm not having any of it. And then we cut back to Matt Murdock's new office. He's part of the superhero division, and his boss says, under this new rule, they're considered villains. And Matt's like, no, that's not true. They're here to save. And his boss goes, hey, Matt, underneath this new Mayor Fisk, under Mayor Fisk, all heroes are villains. And then we cut to Matt Murdock being Daredevil. He's out on the street. You see here he's talking about his inner turmoil. He's like, if I quit, I get what Fisk wants, and that's not going to happen. It's just inner turmoil. And then all of a sudden, he hears criminals, and he swings in. He does this whole charade of, oh, hey, this is Hell's Kitchen's my territory, back off. He beats up the thugs, and then all of a sudden, boom, it turns out to be a cop, and they're like, we got you. It turns out that Mayor Fisk was trying to trap Daredevil, and he's just, as you can see there's the detective, and Matt Murdock's like, oh no, and then he gets caught. And so now we cut to Daredevil getting caught, brought into Mayor Fisk's building. Hammerhead makes an appearance. He comes with him. He gives a smart remark, whatever. They talk in the elevator, and then they break into. They get up to Fisk's office. Him and Daredevil have interesting talk, and they talk, they dialogue, whatever. It's like yada yada yada. Matt's like, you're not gonna win, and Fisk is like, oh yes I am. And you lost, and then Daredevil breaks out of the cuffs, and then, doing that, Will Fisk goes, what now, hero? And he goes, I'm the mayor of New York City. And Daredevil goes, not for long. He shatters He shatters the window and he escapes, where Mayor Fisk goes, "Hey, go get him." And which where issue 595 ends. It's where Daredevil's now on the run from the cops, because now he's technically a villain. And this will be the end of the issue. Overall, if you're like me and you haven't really picked up Daredevil in a while, it's a pretty good read. I've enjoyed it so far. I've got parts 2 and 3, which I will do probably later on for this channel, but it's a good pickup. It's a good pickup for somebody if you haven't read Daredevil in a while. It's a good little story arc right now. You get to watch Mayor Fisk in power and watch Matt struggle with that. And actually, parts 2 and 3, it'll affect Matt's lawyer life more than his hero part. But hey, we'll find out next time. Until then, guys, hey, hope you enjoyed. Please subscribe. And hey, if you like podcasts, I have my More Sports podcast where I talk about everything sports. I help my friend Kyle with the Random Hour, which is a pop culture podcast where we talk about anything and everything. We've got a couple of episodes here on the channel. I'll be converting more and more as time goes on and things like that. And if you're a big movie guy, we got Popcorn Buckets where me and Kyle both sit down and we review a movie of the day kind of deal. We're big on everything from monster movies to the MCU. We've been through the MCU to rom-coms. We've done them all. Until next time, guys. Hope you have a good day.